So, UFC Vegas 47 this weekend. Saturday night for me, or morning, more like, around 4, I think. Uh, I'm mainly interested by the main event because of Hermansson. And I will try to catch the main event live. It should go around 7 in the morning here, I think, hopefully. The rest of the card is kind of meh, I would say. It could, of course, be good fights either way, but my main interest is the main event, which is Jack Hermansson against Sean Strickland. Both guys are in the top 10 and need a win against each other to climb. They have kind of a similar route to get there. Strickland has 3 wins, and while 3 is decision, while 2 is the decision and 1 is a KO, TKO. His last win was against Uriah Hall, and it was a decision. Hermansson, on the other hand, he comes from a victory against Edman Sebastian, which was a decision. Then he has a submission win against Kelvin Gastelum, and he also has a loss against Marvin Vettori. So even though it is a loss against Vettori, Vettori is a good fighter, and we know that because he was fighting for the belt not that long ago. Just some statistics here. Sean Strickland has 24 wins and 3 losses, while Hermansson has 22 wins and 6 losses. So they kind of equal. So the keys to this fight for each fighter, according to me, I would say that Hermansson has better grappling and better jiu-jitsu. It has been kind of underrated in UFC, I think, until he met Jacare Souza and actually won that fight by decision, but he outworked Souza on the ground. Then I'd say, even though his ground game should be the key, he still has a very tricky stand-up. He moves very odd, I would say, and moves in and out in a weird way, weird angles, and I think most fighters will have problems to find someone to train against which can emulate him, and most fighters have problems with his stand-up. And he's not afraid either to exchange punches or kicks. Over that, he has a good cardio too, and decent wrestling. Not that well. His takedowns hasn't been that well. Takedown statistic hasn't been that great in UFC. At least I think it only has about 30 or 36% takedowns or something. But he still has a good wrestling, and he still has a good control. However, the question marks here is, well, the big question mark here is, can he take Strickland to the ground, or will it remain standing? Because if you look at Strickland, he is more of a stand-up fighter, and he likes to fight. He likes to stand and fight. He's a pressure fighter with a lot of volume. We have seen Hermansson struggle with these kind of fighters before, so this will be the big key to Strickland if he wins the fight. His ground game, Hermansson has the advantage, but I think that we haven't seen that much of Strickland's ground game to assess it really. However, he has kind of a good takedowns at least, and as I said before, this will be the key. I think for Hermansson, can he get it to the ground, or will it be a stand-up fight? Because my prediction here is, I don't think Hermansson can submit Strickland, but I think he can outwork him on the ground and win by decision. But if Strickland wins, I think it will be by a stoppage in first or second round, TKO or KO. With that said, I think this will be a really, really good fight, because both fighters they're not afraid to throw down, and they're not afraid to get into it. So either way, I think we as a fans will be in for a treat. And to end my prediction, I think that Hermansson will win. But also I am a Swede, so I can be kind of based in that regard, I think. Even though he trains in Norway at Redline, he still comes from Sweden. So yeah, I kind of have the back of my guy here. But I won't be disappointed if Strickland wins either. Or disappointed, I won't be surprised if Strickland wins either. So what do you think about the card this weekend? You can just leave a comment down below, and if you like the content, of course subscribe and ring the bell. And you all have a great weekend. And we'll see how this turns out. I will probably make a movie after the event to see if my prediction was right or wrong. So until then, bye.